A lot of companies are busier than ever, but they're making less money, maybe even losing money because of profit bleeds. Let's talk about what you can do to stop it. This is the Construction Leading Edge Podcast, the podcast for the construction business owner. It's my job to help you eliminate chaos and maximize profit. My name is Todd DeWalt. I'm the founder and the host here of the Construction Leading Edge Podcast. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the top 8 profit bleeds. And then you might be shocked to find out how bad the situation actually is when you total up all the profit bleeds. A couple of resources I want to get in your hands before we talk about that. First of all, let's talk about Company Cam. As a contractor, you manage a ton of jobs every day, and trying to keep up to speed and ensure that the work actually gets done takes up way too much time. And that's where Company Cam comes in. Every photo that your guys take at a job site is automatically organized by location, and it's instantly synced from the field to wherever you are. Now, you'll know exactly what's happening across your company. You'll be able to communicate more effectively, and you'll cover your butt from future claims. Document your jobs, communicate with your crews, and protect your company, all with Company Cam. It's the only app that every contractor needs. I've checked this out. I've done a demo. I thought I knew what it did. Frankly, it does a lot more. It's incredibly powerful. You can claim your free 14-day trial of Company Cam, plus get 50% off your first 2 months over at companycam.com/CLE. The other thing I want to tell you about, which is a limited time opportunity, is that Construction Business Accelerator enrollment is now open. This is my online group coaching community solution. It's basically designed to help you as a construction business owner solve your problems. Here's what you're going to get from being a Construction Business Accelerator member. More time, more money, more freedom. That's what you want, right? You're going to get membership in an exclusive community of other construction business owners just like you. It's going to help provide the focus and accountability so you can keep moving forward. You're going to get clarity on the vision so you can be confident that you're going in the right direction. And here's how you're going to get that. You're going to get access to a ridiculous amount of bonuses, a bunch of content that's in there right now that I'll tell you about in just a moment. But you're going to get fresh monthly training every month. You're going to get 24/7 access to all these training videos and templates and execution plans and downloads. You're going to get membership in a private community, a private Facebook group of like-minded construction business owners. And here are the bonuses that you're going to get. All right, you're going to get about $9,500 worth of bonuses when you sign up. You're going to get the Revenue Maximizer. This has changed people's businesses. Just going through the Revenue Maximizer has been a real lead domino. It's given people hope. People have said, I wish I had something like this 20 years ago. So by itself, the Revenue Maximizer it's worth the cost of admission. But you're also going to get the Sales Accelerator, the Cash Flow Solution, the Leadership Masterclass, the Mindset Upgrade, the Project Execution Formula. All of that you're going to get instant access to. And if I were to sell that one-off, piecemeal, it would be worth over $9,000. Right now you can get that, and you can get it for I'm not even going to tell you how much it is. You have to go there and check it out, but there's a low monthly fee that you can get access to all of that. Go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start to see all of the details and see what's in it for you to join the Construction Business Accelerator, but you need to hurry. Enrollment is only open for a few days right now as we speak. Today is February 18th, 2020, and it's only open for a few more days. So go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start and get your seat. The other thing that I want to tell you about, this is frankly one of the best things I can do for you that has a surprising impact. The impact that it's had on people who have taken me up on this offer has been surprising, and it is the live event. It's called the Advance, and the next Advance is coming up in April. It is the Advance, Bottom Line Growth Hacks and Secrets for builders and contractors. This particular podcast is all about profit bleeds. Well, this advance in April, it's April 2nd and 3rd, 2020 in Fort Myers, Florida. It's going to be all about driving your bottom line. Here's what you're going to get out of attending the Advance live event. Boost your bottom line without hiring more people or finding more customers. Let's triage the profit bleeds that are causing you to hemorrhage cash. Uncover some of the hidden opportunity costs that are hammering your bottom line. We'll go into details on how you can schedule for revenue and reduce cycle times on your projects. A few insider tips you can use to reduce your overhead cost. Uncover some of the costly sales mistakes that you're making, and then how you can fix them so you can sell at higher margins. You're going to create relationships with other construction business owners from around the country, which is probably the best thing I could do for you. And you'll have time and space so you can work on your business instead of just working in your business. You'll be able to get away for a couple of days so you can get ahead of your business. And you're going to be able to do it in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers, Florida. I've found a great resort. I've negotiated a great discounted rate. This is an absolute no-brainer. It's on the water in Southwest Florida. It's a beautiful place, and I would advise you to grab it, come a couple of days early, stay a couple of days afterward, turn this into a vacation. People have brought their project managers and superintendents with them. They've brought their team and turned this into a corporate retreat, a company retreat. So grab your spot for the Construction Business Owner Live event. It is the Advance Bottom Line Growth Hacks and Secrets for Builders and Contractors, April 2nd and 3rd, Fort Myers, Florida. Go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/advance. Grab your seat. And if you can't remember those links, or you can just, if it would be more convenient for you to text, then send me a text, 859-667-2015. Let me know what you're looking for, and I will get those links into your hands. All right, now let's get into 8 profit bleeds. All right, and I have put together this list after interviewing and coaching hundreds of construction business owners. It became apparent to me, I started seeing this trend. People kept telling me I have more employees, I have more work, I'm busier than ever, but I'm not making money. And a lot of people would try to solve that problem by hiring more employees or taking on more work, finding more clients, trying to grow the top line or grow their organization. And I've seen people try this and it doesn't work. So I thought there has to be a problem. The problem is it's not backlog because they have plenty of backlog. It's not employees because they have more employees than ever. They're quote busy, which is not a good measure of success at all. But the question was, why aren't people making money? Why are they busier than ever? Why do they have more customers, more employees, more backlog than ever, but they're not making money? So I dug into that, and I found out that there are a bunch of profit bleeds. There are all these areas where people are bleeding profit, and they're a little bit hard to find, but after walking through this process, I've come up with a list of, I have a list of 20 or 30 profit bleeds, but I'm just going to share 8 right now of the top profit bleeds. And then I'm going to go through an example to show you how shocking the total is. When you look into this in detail and then you total up the profit bleeds, it can be alarming. I have had some conversations with people who are like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've never looked at this way, and I can't believe how much this is costing me every year." It's really kind of shocking to some people. So but here's the way to look at this. All right, you can look at it as, "Oh, this is terrible, I'm losing all this money," but the way I would look at it is, let's look at this as good news. All right, we're going to find some profit bleeds, and all you have to do to stop the bleeding, to stop losing money, is address these profit bleeds. Put systems in place. Start working your way through this list, and you will stop the bleeding. So just like when you go to the hospital, if you go to the emergency room, like I did about 15 years ago when I shot a nail through my thumb, the first thing they do is they triage. They want to make sure and stop the bleeding, and then let's figure out what the course of treatment is going forward. So that's what we're going to do today. I want to show you 8 of the most common profit bleeds that you may be dealing with, and then we'll talk about what that could actually look like, and then we'll talk about some resources on what you can do if you are like, that's me, I'm bleeding profit, what can I do? So, profit bleeds. Number 1, schedule overruns. Projects are taking too long. And I'll talk about what that looks like in particular in just a moment. This is incredibly widespread. I have met with commercial GCs looking, and these schedule overruns are causing enormous 6-figure profit bleeds every year. The inability to get to projects. These could be project schedule delays because of weather, because of pre-construction, because of owner issues, because of design issues. But if you're not able to execute projects in the time or at the time that you need to, then that is a huge profit bleed. I'll explain that better as we go through an example. Number 2, and the next several will apply if you have hourly employees. All right, so listen very carefully if you have hourly employees. Profit bleed number 2 is shop time. When you have your guys who are spending time in the shop or in the office in the morning at the end of the day, gathering tools, fueling up trucks, drinking coffee, eating donuts, smoking cigarettes, shooting bull, whatever it is, shop time is an enormous profit bleed. Number 3 is downtime. Downtime, when your employees are on the job site, but they're not productive because materials aren't there. They don't have the information that they need. They forgot tools and they have to run back to the shop to pick something up. They don't have the answers that they need. They're making phone calls, calling you, calling other people, trying to get answers, spending time going to pick up materials. One of my pet peeves, spending time fueling up trucks, running to the hardware store, to the supply house, to Home Depot, etc. It's huge. Number 4 is, I'm not sure this is the best term for this. It's a little harsh, but it's stolen time. This is when your employees are charging you for 8 hours, but they're only working 7 hours and 30 minutes or 7 hours and 45 minutes because they're rounding up their timesheet, or they're trying to remember what their hours were when they turn in their timesheet on Friday because they're not doing it in real time, or the foreman is filling out timesheets for the entire crew at the end of the week. One issue that I ran into when I was running a company a few years ago was lunch. Guys had this crazy idea. Here's what they were doing. They would stop working, drive 15 minutes to a restaurant, then they would clock out for lunch, and then as soon as they got done eating, they would clock back in and drive 15 minutes back to the job site. So they were charging me like 30 minutes for drive time so they could go eat lunch. And they thought that they didn't understand that they weren't getting paid to drive to lunch. So they were stealing from the company. And it wasn't necessarily intentional, but I've seen a lot of cases where people were intentionally clocking in before they got to the job site. And you may think, it's a few minutes here, a few minutes there. Just wait till we go through this example. Number 5, this is a huge one. This is one of the biggest issues today, and it's only getting worse. Phone time. Phone time. The time that your people are spending on the phone, checking Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, email, text, whatever else They're doing fantasy football, dozens of distractions. Phone time is huge. It is an absolute productivity killer these days. All right, enough about time. Let's talk about number 6, which is rework. Having to do work twice, maybe because it didn't pass an inspection. There were quality issues. It was built based on the wrong documents, the wrong version. It should have been built differently, but rework is a big profit bleed. Number 7 is unsolicited charity. This is when you are so charitable that you invest time, money to buy the materials, to pay for the labor, your overhead expenses, all of your experience, and you do this work and you don't get paid for it. That's why I call it unsolicited charity. And this could be because you do the work and you submit a change order and your client says, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to pay you for that because of whatever reason. Or one thing that's really widespread is you do the work, your customer would be happy to pay you for it, but you never invoice for it because you never find out. Your people in the field are doing work for your client, trying to keep them happy or whatever, but they don't tell you what's going on. They don't tell you about the change. Or maybe you are paying a trade partner or a sub for something and you're not getting a change order for it. So your subcontractor or your trade partner has a change control process, but you're not passing that on through to your client. So you're doing unsolicited charity. And then number 8 has to do with materials. Maybe you're paying more than your bid for materials. You bid it based on a certain number, and then when they invoice you, it's more than what you bid it for. You're not locking them in on pricing. Maybe you're just paying more than you should. Perhaps you've been working with this supplier for years and you're thinking that they're giving you a good discount, that you're getting the best price, but you haven't shopped it to anybody else, and you could be getting screwed, quite frankly. A big one is wasted material that gets shipped to the job site. It sits around too long to be used. It gets wasted, or too much gets sent to the job site, and then by the time you find out about it, you can't take it back. You don't have any use, and you're wasting material. And then something related to materials is lost time because of wrong materials, lost materials, didn't order materials. Hey, I thought we had this. Where did I see this last? Materials. I saw a study that was done several years ago that found that the lack of materials was the number one productivity killer on job sites. I've seen it. I've been on job sites where I've heard guys talking about, hey, where are these hangers, or where are these straps, or where's this hardware? And guys are spending time looking around trying to find something, or, hey, I thought you were going to order that. Oh, man, I thought you were going to order that. And there's an incredible amount of profit that is bleeding because materials just aren't there. They're either not on the job site, or they're lost, or they walked away, or whatever. But lots of profit bleeds because of materials. Now, here comes the uncomfortable part. Let's walk through an example, all right? Let's look at a company that's doing about $1 million in revenue a year. They have 5 employees, all right? And maybe they're a kitchen and bath remodeler. Maybe they're a specialty contractor. It really doesn't matter. But just to keep the math simple, $1 million in revenue a year, 5 employees. All right, let's look at these 8 profit bleeds, and you're going to be shocked. So I want you to think about a company of this size, 5 employees. I want you to think right now how much these profit bleeds could be. All right? And frankly, I'm surprised every time I go through this exercise with one of my clients or somebody that sets up a strategy call with me, and you might be surprised as well. All right, schedule overruns. Okay. This company does $1 million in revenue a year. Let's say they do 20 projects a year, and they are $50,000 a piece. All right, that's what they they should be doing. That's their sweet spot. Let's assume that there's about $10,000 in profits per project, just to keep the math simple. All right. So based on those numbers, it should take them about 12 days to do an average project. But let's say because of delays, because of poor planning, because of indecision on the owner's part, selections aren't made, whatever, on average, each project takes 15 days. So instead of 12 days, every project takes 15 days. 3 days doesn't seem like a big deal, right? But if you total that up over the course of a year, if on average every project takes 3 days longer, and some projects could take 6 or 8 days longer, some might be done on time, but on average, if it takes 15 days instead of 12, that means they can only get 16 projects done per year instead of 20. That means that they're missing out on $40,000 in profit. Not to mention the additional labor cost and overhead cost, but they're missing out on $40,000 in profit because of schedule overruns every year. Number 2, let's talk about shop time. 5 employees, right? Average cost, let's say it's $30 an hour with labor burden. Now, in some parts of the country, it's going to be a lot higher than that. Maybe it's a little bit lower, but a good average number to keep math simple. 5 employees an hour, or 5 employees at $30 an hour. Let's assume that they're spending an extra 15 minutes a day in the shop, right? 15 minutes a day in the shop doesn't seem that harmful. Let's total that up over a year. That's $8,000 a year. Okay? Let's look at downtime. Remember, downtime is when your guys are on the job site, but they're looking for materials, they're looking for information, they're trying to find tools, they're waiting for answers. Maybe they're going to the shop, they're going to the rental place, the supply house, whatever. Let's say that's 30 minutes a day per person on average, which this is pretty conservative. I've been around, and it's pretty conservative to say that the average employee is losing 30 minutes a day. That means that's $16,000 a year in downtime. Stolen time, people not clocking in right, rounding up, clocking in before they get to the job site, taking long lunches, taking hour lunches, charging you for clocking in for a 30-minute lunch. Let's say stolen time is 15 minutes a day. That's another $8,000 a year. Phone time. Think about the time that your people are spending on the phone checking fantasy football, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, etc. Assuming that's only 15 minutes a day, which is really low, that's another $8,000 a year. Rework because of quality control issues. Built it based on the wrong documents, used the wrong materials. We have to go back and do some rework. Let's assume that, remember, this is a company that's doing $1 million a year, doing 20 projects, doing about almost $100,000 a year. Let's assume that they're spending $500 a month on rework, labor, materials, time, etc. $500 a month. That's pretty low. That is $6,000 a year in rework. Now, unsolicited charity. We're doing 20 projects a year. Let's say we are doing $500 of unsolicited charity per project. $50,000 project, we're doing $500 of free change orders. Maybe it's work that we should have charged for. Maybe there was a delay from the client and we didn't charge them additional general conditions. Maybe there's something that our sub charged us for because they talked directly to the client. So some combination of unsolicited charity, total of $500 per project. That's $10,000 a year in unsolicited charity. And then materials. Let's say we have $400 of materials that get wasted. $200 of materials that get wasted per project, right? Extra stuff that we bought, something we bought that was wrong. When we sent it back, we got hit with a restocking charge. it just disappears because of whatever. People are using your materials, it grows legs and walks off. The wrong material, maybe there's some delay associated with material, but $200 per project, 20 projects a year, that's $4,000. All right, so let me run through this total and think about how surprised you might be. Schedule overruns, $40,000 a year. Shop time, $8,000 a year. Downtime, $16,000. Stolen time, $8,000. Phone time, $8,000. Rework, $6,000. Unsolicited charity, $10,000. Materials, $4,000. Now, that's a total of $100,000 per year in profit bleeds for a company that's doing $1 million a year. How shocking is that to you? And I want you to think about how conservative some of these are. Think about phone time, stolen time, shop time, downtime. If you have hourly employees, your biggest variable expense is labor, okay? And it could be much higher than that. Phone time is probably extremely conservative. In reality, the average employee is probably losing over an hour a day checking their phone. And I'm not talking about work-related stuff. So those are just 8 profit bleeds that total up to $100,000. Even if you cut it in half, cut all of that stuff in half, $50,000 a year in profit bleeds. So if you're doing about $1 million in work a year, think about this. What would you do with an extra $50,000? Would you invest it? Would you hire somebody else? Would you invest it in marketing? Maybe, I don't know, buy some real estate. What would you do with that extra $50,000? And if you're doing $10 million a year, let's 10x that. What would you do with $500,000 of additional profit? All right, so hopefully you can see that profit bleeds are huge right now, and this is why so many companies are busier than ever. They have more work than ever. They have more people than ever, but they're not making more money. Maybe they're making less money. Maybe they're actually losing money. And look, these are just 8 profit bleeds. There are lots more. We didn't even talk about selling at higher margins. We didn't talk about right-sizing overhead. We didn't talk about planning and any of these other things. There are a lot of other profit bleeds that need to be dealt with, but these are just a few. So my goal here is if you're pounding your head against the wall thinking, I need to hire more people, I need to find more customers, I'm not making money, then I want to give you hope that you don't have to go find more customers. You don't have to go hire more people. My advice for you is to get aggressive attacking these profit bleeds. Attack your schedule overruns. Start planning your work better. Drive, or as I like to say it, schedule for profit. Attack shop time, downtime, stolen time, phone time. Figure out systems to eliminate rework. Make sure you're getting paid for all the work you do so you can eliminate unsolicited charity. And then really focus on your materials. Make sure that you're leveraging your supply chain, that you're paying what you should for the materials that you need. So if you're listening to this and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding profit, it's way worse than this, then if you want some help stopping your profit bleeds, then let's talk. I've put together a program because this is such a widespread issue. I've put together a program that I'm just rolling out that's going to help. And the first step would be for you to schedule a call with me, and we could talk about what your profit bleeds are, and then talk about what I can do to help you eliminate those profit bleeds. So the first step is go schedule a call. Go to my website, constructionleadingedge.com. There's a red button that says schedule a free call. Set that up at a time that works for you, and then we'll talk about that. And that will be the first step toward stopping your profit bleeds. You can also join the Construction Business Accelerator. This is a really good reason to systematize your business. One of the reasons to put systems and processes in place in your business is to eliminate profit bleeds. not only eliminate profit bleeds, but frankly, if you ever want to sell your business someday, it needs to be built around systems and processes and not around you. If you ever want to take a vacation, then your business needs to be built around systems and processes. If you want to work a somewhat normal work week, and if you want to own a business instead of just owning a job, then it really needs to be built around systems and processes. And that's what the Construction Business Accelerator is going to do for you. So right now, enrollment's open. Go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start. You'll get the Revenue Maximizer, which is an absolute game changer. You'll get the Sales Accelerator, the Project Execution Formula. You're going to get a lot of resources, a lot of training, a lot of videos, a lot of execution plans, really practical, tactical stuff that you can use to eliminate profit bleeds and systematize your business. So join the Construction Business Accelerator. It's an absolute no-brainer, and it's actually not going to cost you anything if you think about it. All right? You're either going to invest in it and you're going to get a good return on investment, or if it doesn't work for you, then I have a money-back guarantee. So if you try it out and you're like, doesn't work for me, then you let me know and I'm going to give you your money back. So if you're willing to invest some time and a little bit of effort to systematize your business, then the Construction Business Accelerator is for you. And it's not going to cost you anything. You're either going to get a good return on investment, 10x, 100x return on investment, or you're going to get your money back. So go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start, but do it before enrollment closes. It's closing very soon. And if you can't remember the links, if it's easier for you to send a text, then text me 859-667-2015. Let me know what you're looking for. If it's details about the advance, the live event, April 2nd and 3rd, where we're going to spend 2 days talking about strategies that you can use to drive your bottom line, eliminate these profit bleeds, and do it in a somewhat tropical setting in Southwest Florida, and develop relationships with other construction business owners, then send me a text, 859-667-2015, if you need more details about the advance, if you need details about my new program where I can help you eliminate profit bleeds, or if you need help finding how to enroll for the Construction Business Accelerator, send me a text, 859-667-2015. And then don't forget about Company Cam, this great offer for a free trial. With Company Cam, there's no more second guessing on what's getting done or pestering your crews to send you pictures. Every photo your guys take at the job site is automatically organized by location, and it's instantly synced from the field to wherever you are. Now you'll know exactly what's happening across your company. Go claim your free 14-day trial today, plus get 50% off your first 2 months over at companycam.com/CLE. So let's eliminate these profit bleeds. Let's make your business profitable. Let's make money, right? You've pushed all your chips to the middle of the table. You've got it all on the line. You deserve to make money. You deserve to have the ideal lifestyle. And the good news is, what you need to do to get there is start by eliminating some of these profit bleeds. Let me know how I can help. My name is Todd DeWalt. Thanks for listening. I appreciate the ratings, the reviews, the messages, the feedback. Let me know how I can help. See you next time.